You stay away. You stay away. You're not having it. It's not my fault you didn't prepare. You're not having it. Stay away. Don't come in closer, or the toilet roll gets it. I'm warning you. Don't.
Hey guys, we're going to tell you the 5 things you're going to need for an emergency.
Alright, how's it going? So, as my son was just saying, this video is going to be about the 5 things you can do to start prepping for an emergency. Many people, maybe people that watched my last video, started thinking about this, or maybe with what's going on with the plague at the moment, people are sort of sinking in a little bit that maybe they need a little bit of food, a little bit of water stored at home. And it's not too late, you can do it. So what I want to talk about is 5 things that you can do right now to start building up your emergency supplies. So number 1, water. Now I know that there's plenty of water around at the moment. We turn the tap on and it's there, but as you can only go 3 days without water, give or take, you don't really want to be relying on the system. The system stops if those lorries can't get to the supermarkets for whatever reason, then you're completely shafted. You can get a bucket, go down a river, fill it up, bring it home, filter it, you and 20,000 other people. Personally, I'd rather just go into my supplies and get my emergency water. So don't worry about sterilisation or anything like that, just go and find some containers, some old milk cartons, something like that, fill them up with water. So an average person needs 2 litres a day, and that's just sitting around doing nothing. If you're exerting any energy, you're going to need a lot more. If you're cooking with it, washing with it, even more again. So you need 4 to 5 litres a day per person. That's a lot, especially if it's a house of 3 or 4 of you. But don't worry about that. Get whatever you can, get some containers, go and fill them up right now. And then if you really get into this, then we can start talking about storing water for long-term use. Obviously you can't keep water in containers, it'll go a bit sort of yucky after a while. Both my sons have disappeared. I have no idea where they are. Can possibly go wrong. Hope they got the survival tin on them. Anyway, item number 2, food. Remember, you've got 3 weeks to go without food in an emergency. So what do you need to store? Now, I'm not talking about going out and panic buying now. I'm talking about just starting off, getting a little bit of emergency food. So go out and buy some oats. 5 kilograms, really cheap. I can't remember now, I haven't bought them for a long time, but on Amazon, 5 kilograms of oats, you know, you'll pick up for a few quid. Same with rice. Go out and buy a big bag of rice. You can get a good 20-litre bag. That'll last you a long time. If you can do that, if you can get a few bags of oats and a few bags of rice, you've got the protein and the carbohydrate that you can survive on. Okay, it's not a very good diet living on rice and oats, but it'll keep you going. Now, I did actually go on Amazon earlier to look for these sorts of things, and pretty much everything is out of stock at the moment. But if you can't find it on Amazon, go to your local shop, supermarket, petrol station, and if you can't get as much as you want, don't worry about it. Just get a couple of bags of oats, a couple of bags of rice, get whatever you can. All you need to do to cook that, boiling water in the oats. Not very nice, I know, I prefer mine with milk. Same with the rice, boiling water with the rice. Maybe you could get some mixed herbs or something like that to add into it to make it a bit nicer. Okay, 3rd thing, so related to food, flour. Go out and get some flour and some baker's yeast. then you can make bread. Bread is the first thing to go. I've just come from our local shop now, and whilst they seem to have most things there, apart from toilet paper, there's no bread. Bread goes very, very quick. What I do at home is I freeze it, but I also keep a lot of flour as well, so if I need to, I'll just make it. Easy. And you don't even need yeast. These little sachets of yeast are quite a modern thing. We never used to bake bread with yeast. You can just use the natural yeast that's in the atmosphere. And maybe I'll do a video on that as well. So you can actually make bread with just nothing more than flour and water. So, those three things you've got: water, oats, rice, or something similar, and flour and yeast to make bread. Fourth item: medical kit. Most people have got a first aid kit at home. Go and have a look what you've got and expand on it. At the very bare minimum, you're looking at getting some ibuprofen, some paracetamol, plasters, bandages, some sort of antiseptic cream. There they are. In future videos, I'll show you how to create a really good medical kit for emergencies, and we can expand on that by adding herbal remedies to it and other bits of equipment that you can use for tackling any medical problems in an emergency. So you got your food, you got your water, you got your bread, and you got your medical kit if anything goes wrong. So the last one, I think, is cash. You need a little bit of cash stored under your mattress. Okay, don't keep it under your mattress, but you need a little bit of cash at home in an emergency. I've witnessed events where banks just shut down their cash machines. If that happens, and it can happen for a number of reasons, if that happens, it's always good to have a little bit of cash at home. Doesn't have to be much. If you've got £10, £20, fine. Maybe every month keep adding to it until you've got a few £100 at home. And that's it. They're my 5 simple things to get you going, start building up an emergency supply. In future videos I'll go into these things in a lot more detail, because obviously these are the bare minimum. And there's a lot of other things you've got to think about. For example, storing food. It won't last forever. Even water. Water will just start getting algae in it and it'll become undrinkable. So we can look at that. We can look at sanitizing the water. I've gone out today. We're all pretty much in isolation now. We're still allowed out of our houses, so I brought my kids to the woods. Try and do this as often as possible. And the good thing about coming to the woods is there's nobody else around. It's just me and those two. They're all the way over there, hiding by that tree. Right, gonna go and grab the kids, gonna go for a bit of walk, a bit of a snack, and then upload this video. So like I say, go out, do as many of these things, these 5 things as you possibly can, and do it today. And if not today, do it tomorrow. And once it's there, forget about it. Once you've got your water stored, you can forget about it. Got your food stored, don't have to worry about it. And you know, trust me, you'll be a lot happier once you know that you've got these supplies at home. And you know that no matter what happens, you're not going to die of thirst, and you're not going to starve. And then from there you can start building it up so that you're completely self-sufficient for 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. Alright, see you all.